Yeah, good. It is finally not raining. Everything's got a little dampness to it, but I think we'll be all right if we go slow. Using the old hook knife here to finish this spoon and shape it and stuff like that. These last 3 days have been not all that pleasant. It's rained and wind and everything else, and little sticks and twigs and limbs and leaves are plastered all over the place. But this is a piece of old driftwood that we've been working with. The other half is out laying in the sunshine, and hopefully it'll dry up and we can keep on working on it. So, so hopefully everybody's having a great day and happy Friday. Have a good weekend, all that good stuff. Right. Let's see, Angela. Good to see you. How's everything in your neck of the woods? Finally stopped raining here. Finally, after 3 days. I could hardly get out to the workshop. It was just water everywhere, small twigs and everything else and everything, and couldn't get out to work on much of nothing. Get my rain stuff on, go take care of the bird feeders and whatnot, but that was about it. Just the stuff you gotta do. So it's like a really old piece of wood here, super old. This is that one hunk of limb that we found out there on the beachfront, and then it sat up in the workshop, the other workshop over there, for a good while. So, but all in all, you want to see a really cool video? Tune in Monday morning at about 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Would you believe that there are sunglasses that you can make cell phone calls and receive calls and play music and everything? Yeah, a company reached out to me and wanted to know if I wanted to test it, and I said, sure, absolutely. So we just finished that video, and we've been testing those pair of glasses, about 3 days, and phenomenal for the price tag. Not bad at all. Crows out there. Yeah, they're saying happy weekend. Yeah. Yeah. So what's new for you, Angela? Let's see here. We got probably, still got some ways to go, but I don't want to push it too hard until it's full on dry. All right. This is called a hook knife. You can buy these right on Amazon if you're sewing sharp, and it will hurt you bad if you're not paying much attention. So, oh gosh, yes, Angela. I'm looking forward to it too. I'll be 65 years old, I guess, but a month and a half, and the older I get, the more I want the cold weather. I mean, I must be reverse of what a lot of people are. That I want to head into the heat. I mean, I am so looking forward to it. And the mosquitoes and the ticks. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever seen them like that before. Yeah, yeah, this is really cool. I mean, you can really dig in deep, or you can just gently scrape. Just keep it sharp, and once you get it, I have one. Let your thumb control it. Don't ever put it in here like this, because it will, it'll treat your thumb like it's the spoon. So, Rookus Armor Kitchen, good to see y'all. Hopefully I got your name right. We can always put on more clothes, but just take off. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are absolutely right. But I am so looking forward to it. I can't wait till we get that first night where it's in the 40s, or and everything. And I got all the camping gear out and we're cleaning it up. But at 80, 90 degrees, it's not much fun laying in a tent. So yeah, but it's good to. We got 3 people in the room. One like, appreciate it. So and it is Friday. Also have a mechanized way of doing it. You can hook this thing to a Dremel, and it's like got a Velcro face in it, and you got these little tiny Velcro type sanding pads that come in different grits and stuff. But I will from time to time use it, and but most of the time. And here's an even larger hook knife. You can use this to carve out bowls or go really deep and stuff like that. So this is really cool. You can find them right on Amazon, or what's that other outfit, Beaver Tools. They sell that right there on Amazon too. Another really cool thing to work for is these sanding blocks. Instead of using just that sandpaper, like your normal sandpaper, you know, they let you get your hand. You can cut these. You can wash these off. So anybody got any big videos coming out that you want to invite everybody to? Yeah, we're getting there. Still. Oh yeah, we still got a good, little by yay much wood, so we can still go deeper. It's at this point here that's when, if you discover, you'll discover a void or a hole or something like that, and then you wish you didn't go that deep. But we're gonna alter the shape of the handle a bit, and just turn this thing around so you can see how thick this is, and it's gonna reduce the weight down. You can see where the spalting came in, the bacteria. So it was pretty cool. Nice thick handle. At one point in time, the handle was way another 3-4 inches out, but there's a big hole in it, so I decided to alter what it was going to be. So, all right, we'll turn it like this, and back our little camera up a little bit. All right, there we can do what we did on one side and do it on the other. It's supposed to get to about 79, 80 degrees here today, so that's not bad, but the humidity is so an issue, dew point. But at this present moment, there are no clouds in the sky. It's totally blue sky. The birds and the squirrels are having a good old time out there. I heard that last night was supposed to be the biggest night of bird migration, moving from north to south, out of Canada and the northern part of the U.S., down to points south. So maybe that's the sign that things are coming. And I know we're getting pelted by acorns out there. You hear like little gunshots, ping, hitting things. So that's another good sign that we're transitioning from the heat to the pool. So we've got 30 people in the room. Thank you for coming in. Hit that like button for me if you want to. I appreciate it. For those of you that are just tuning in, this was a whole piece of wood that was found out on the waterfront, Chesapeake Bay area of Hampton, Virginia. a long while ago, then put over in the other workshop, and it's dried. And I started working on it, and there was a big crack in it, and this was the back half of it. And I've been peeling away and sanding away the old gunky wood, and we're down to some solidness now. And the other pieces out there still drying, and it really, really has a severe discoloration, you know, from the water and the elements, and then drying. All right, let's see here. Like I said, you can, if this wood was green wood, it would just peel right off like little slices of butter, you know. But this is well seasoned. It's almost to the point where, for the lack of a better term, mummified. It looks like a serious hunk of wood, but the volume of it is greatly reduced because of the bacteria, the spalting, just the age of it, exposure to elements. So actually, there's a lot of spalting right up in there. I'll show you this other piece or side. You can see the reddish color. That's your spalt line. Looks like a crack, but it's not a crack. Spalt, all that is a piece where an insect crawled up in wood and traveled into it a good ways and living its life inside of the wood, and then expiring in there. The same thing here. You can see it the other side here. All right. Let's see if we can't smooth out this little piece of the handle. This is a draw knife. It's got two handles on it, and you can really torque down on this thing and take off a ton of wood, or you can real lightly shave things off. And it has been so moist and wet over the last few days. You can see that rust develops right quick. So we'll treat this thing a little later on, get it all cleaned up. I got an even bigger one over here that you might have seen, a long time ago when they were just coming to this country and making cabins and stuff like that and everything. But appreciate it, Angela. Angela, are you in North Carolina or Florida or? When you're dealing with old wood like this, really don't do a lot of pressure. Just you'll end up digging out a hole or something. I mean, we can make this thing way thinner, and sand it down to dimensions and stuff like that. North Carolina, okay. Well, you're not too far from me then. And or we can kind of keep it in a campish style type of a spoon, and you put this in your backpack or pocket or anything, it's not going to break. And be there well after the trip and back, all right? This is really going to need. You want to section right here, bring it down to a more tapered point. But we're getting there. You see my boo-boo. 2 or 3 weeks back, we were working on the door, and I must have put my hand up there between the door and the door jamb, and it closed right up in here, and really messed this finger up pretty good. But it's starting to feel better now. Just trying to keep it from bumping this fingernail. All right, let's see who else. Yeah, it is a process, but being retired now, and instead of trying to force a project to be done in 20 minutes or a couple hours, I just, do a little bit each day and move on to other projects and come back to this and stuff. And, you know, and, I've been doing this a really long time, and there's like spoons everywhere, you know. Right, you're getting there, man. You're getting there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's got some depth. We still got a little bit more we could come down to. I don't want to take it too far in case we encounter a bug void or something. Normally we'll do this in a series of 3 or 4 shorts in the morning, but I figured today we'll just try a live. That way everybody could see how we're doing it in real time. And I know a lot of people ask how long does it take. Well, if you sat here and found the perfect piece of wood that was perfectly dry with no problems in it, you can do it in 20 minutes, maybe an hour. But what I do is I find old storm damaged wood or something floating around or something like that, laying on the ground in the forest over there for a long time, and dry it out. Then try to make a spoon out of it. The vast majority of the time it works. Sometimes it doesn't. And I use like a piece of cardboard from a box or something, make a little pattern. I get a bunch of little patterns in here, and keep your things sharp, and use a strop. And I'm sure people have seen me will take the hatchet and go out on the chopping block and do the rough shape. And quite often I will use just your typical coping saw and make really intricate turns and stuff. All right, it is 9 o'clock. The present temperature is 67 degrees Fahrenheit. The humidity is at about 99% with all the rain that we've had. All right. Like I said, if you're interested in doing this kind of stuff, hook knife, that's what this is. Detail knife. Let's see here. Sloyd. Kind of like a small Japanese pull saw sort of thing. And I've got gouges galore, all sizes and shapes. And we go out there working on the chopping block. We use this thing right here, and it is it is sharp. Trust me, it is sharp. And some of the other primitive tools that we use. There you go. Probably recognize that from watching old TV shows and stuff, old westerns and stuff, colonial era type stuff. There you go. Let's see here. Probably seen something that looks like this. Anyway, just all sorts of stuff that I use. I generally, when I do a lot of heavy sanding and stuff, I will wear a dust mask from base camp. But if we're doing just this kind of stuff, nah, we're good. We're not really creating that big of a problem. And this stuff here in our thing, old pickle jar, I guess I could take that off, man. Anyway, what that is food grade mineral oil from 13 Chefs. It is available on Amazon. What gives it the dark color is old coffee grounds. You can also put tea bags in there, but that's what that is. And that bottom part right in here, that's what that is coffee grounds, and give it a good shake up. And then once you finish all your fine work and sanding and stuff like that, you drop it up in there. You leave it in there for a day or two if you want to, but or just take a little rag and go in there and dip it. And all right, let's turn it this way. We don't want to make it get too out of shape on one side. And this wood is so old that, like I said, it's almost like it's been mummified. It's reduced half of its mass. And it's not uncommon to encounter a bug void, or at some point in time something damaged the wood or something like that, and it's created a problem. I have found old nails, bullets, bits of wiring, barbed wire, unknown pieces of metal, and even at times you'll find where another tree grew in, or a vine grew into the wood, and it just got itself shut off and just died in there and got preserved. All right, you see how this flakes off? See it? So we'll have to do a little work over here. That is the challenge of working with old storm damaged wood. Wood that's hit the ground or floating around in the water for a long time. But generally when it works, man, you come up with a really, really, really nice color. You see how when that thing flaked off, it broke off right in there. But not a disaster, not at all. We still got plenty of wood to work with. You can see how even in this little piece of wood you can see the spalt, and you tell that it is really, really super old. just for experiment purposes. You can see how our little formula of food grade mineral oil and coffee affects it. The longer you keep it in there, the darker that color will be. Coffee grounds, tea bags. Anyway, put that over in our little trash pile. If we get a break that I need to patch up, I'll get wood glue, and I save some sawdust from the project. That way I can patch a hole and it'll have the same color. Yeah, we got that little spot right in there, man. We'll have to reduce the size. See if we can't take our little sloyd here and bring it down to really quiet here today. Very quiet. And same thing with this, kind of use your thumb to pivot. You don't want to be out here like this or anything like that. Just keep everything behind it. Even out there on that chop block, keep your hands well away from the point of action. So we're not too far away from getting that back to just about the same size. Okay, let's take a little hook knife here. I had come outside yesterday while it was drizzling and rainy and all that kind of stuff, and there was like a robin bird over in the corner just chalking up a storm. Didn't pay much attention to it, and then started walking back up toward the house, and the bird flew past my head by, I don't know, a foot, and I heard these fluttering above my head, and I got buzz bombed by an owl. Jeez, man. This wood is like really, really old, so you don't want to torque her down too hard. And I have certainly had where you get almost what you say is done and a break occurs. So it's just Miroslav, good to see you. How you doing? Apologize if I get anybody's name wrong, but yeah, 78 people in the room, 7 likes. I appreciate it. I guess everybody's ready to start the weekend. It's hard to believe we're almost in the middle of September. It really is. I'm getting there. Nice fork, huh? Yeah, if you think this is a fork, then I can see where you might find yourself missing out on some meat. I believe this is a very old piece of maple. This piece of wood was found on the beach near the Chesapeake Bay, and it sat out there for I don't know how long. Then I got it. We put it over in the other workshop, and it dried over there for 18 months, 19 months. And so I believe this to be very old maple. You can see all the spalting up in it. Quite old. You can see where the looks like a crack, but it's not. All that is the insect track. You know, where the beetle or whatever, the bug, lived its life and did its thing. And you can see the reddish color. That was a different type of a bacteria. You can see where at one point in time a little limb tried to grow up in here. The same thing here. You get this discoloration and stuff. It's just really old piece of wood. All right. Yeah, we do have some old spoons. Let me get a few of them over here real quick. We'll bring them in here. All right. These are spoons we worked on back in August. This is a spoon blank that I'm letting it dry. It still needs some work done, shaping and stuff, but it had some serious spalt up in it. Really. And it's almost dry, almost ready. Here's one. Nearly dry. I'm gonna do a little bit more work there, but you can see the spalt up in it. And like I said, all the wood that I work with is all like storm damaged stuff that I picked up off the forest floor. Sort of a scoop. A little bit more work needs to be done on this drying, but here's one here. This is a very ancient piece of wood that I'm wanting to say this spoon is probably, I don't know, years old. No telling how old the wood. You can see where a limb tried to start growing. Here's an ancient fork that we made many years ago. It's got some heft to it, but it was fun to make. Anyway, there's spoons laying all over the place, and let's see here. This was just an experiment that we were doing with a whole piece of junk 2x4, and I'll do things like this and practice different techniques on things. That way, when I find a good piece of wood to do this in, I always do an experiment with kind of dimensional lumber now and again, and then when I find an old piece of wood, to try different things. Let's see here. I call this the the old dragon tail spoon. This is old. It's a real old, ancient. Let's see what else we got laying around over here real quick. this old piece of burl wood that we've been messing around with. We haven't finished it yet. It's still drying. But it's got some serious spalting in it. This was made from an old piece of burl wood. And we need to redimensionalize it. It dried and it kind of pulled off to the side here. You see the twist and the knots all up in there. So I'm getting some spalted wood to make bowls. Awesome. That ought to be beautiful. All right. Let's see here. Got somebody bringing me some dirt here in a little while. Yeah, spalted wood is awesome, man. And let's see, I had a piece of ambrosia maple with, you can see the distinctive holes, and I've been trying to make some things on it. All right. Let's try this bigger one here real quick, see whether it can get in there deeper. Yeah, there you go. I believe I smell a skunk out there somewhere. He got some distance off from us, but if he stays over there too. We got all sorts of critters here. Raccoons, possums, birds of every sort, skunks, snakes. You name it, we got it. So, and over the years, we've caught plenty of them. We do that bird bath Wednesday stuff, and we're forever finding or seeing something. Went all summer long without seeing a single hummingbird, and over the last day or two, seen a couple out here. Hopefully the camera picked them up. I know the camera picked up one of them. All right. We're getting deeper and deeper. You can see you're hitting different type of spalting down in here now. And we're about, we still got some wiggle room a little bit, but see our weather instrument just pinged us. It's gone up 2 degrees in the last few minutes. It's supposed to get up, like I said, about 79 or 80 Fahrenheit here today. And that's not bad, but I'm still ready for a nice 40-degree day, 50 degrees. All right, you can see there. You can see like a little pock mark trying to develop there. Like I see, there's no telling what you're going to do when you use old storm-damaged wood. All right. Let's take a look here. Starting to get down where it's kind of like got a lot of moisture again. So we'll have to let this guy dry a little bit. Anyway, like I said, I decided to do it like this. Normally do like 3 or 4 shorts, showing the process and everything. But just wanted to do a little live today to, make sure, give everybody a sneak preview of what we're working on. But that's about what we're doing today. And like I said, we've got a big pile of dirt coming here in a bit. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us and everything. And I will see you again. All right. Take care, everybody.